wonder what they're like. From our viewpoint, Professor, they're either suprahuman or subhuman.
Hello out there in the Twitchiverse. Welcome on in. It is not Sunday night. Therefore, this is not the Sunday night super stream. This is, in fact, a whole nother animal. It's the same thing, just a different night. That's what it is. And it's on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Hello. Thanks for watching. We are going to do March of the Machines and draft it, as you can see by my screen. So we're going to do that. I'm just going to use a draft token because I have one. Freer that way. And if you haven't seen this, this is our first arena draft of this. This is not our first rodeo. We did do a sealed paper pre-release of this. So I've also been watching far too much of this since it came out, plus the early access event. So hopefully, maybe one day, we can be back in that program and get back on early access train. We used to, but not so much since they ended it and brought it back. So I'd like to get back on the resurrected early access event tour, if possible. Who's this last person not readying, eating their sandwich? Hang on, I just got 2 more bites, bro. This tomato's falling out. I can't, I'm shoving the tomato in. Hang on, I'm wiping my pants, wiping my hand on my pants. Will they make it in time? It's exciting, I don't know. There's tomato goop everywhere. They don't want to get that in their mouse crack. Oh, I don't think they're, oh no. Nope. Depressing tomato sandwich. If you're joining us on YouTube, really appreciate it. We are here every Sunday night and sometimes extra. So join us over on our Twitch channel, twitch.com/superliminalfilms. Sorry, twitch.tv/superliminalfilms. It's .tv/superliminalfilms. Just like here, youtube.com/superliminalfilms. If you're joining us in chat tonight, hello. Thank you. Welcome. We're waiting for tomato sandwich to hit ready.
There's a couple tomato sandwiches.
There's 3 of them. 3 full tomato sandwiches.
2.
Now a couple, now 1 singular sandwich. That's what got us here in the first place. So, there you go. Squee. You can cast Squee the Immortal from your graveyard or from exile. Awesome for the sacrifice deck, sincerely. One, you got 2 copies of it. The paper pre-release, Quintarius.
That's pretty good.
Quintarius good enough to go into double color, you think? First pick?
I don't know.
We have Gift of Completion, which is okay. We want to be heavy Phyrexian for that. Render Inert is a hard card to evaluate, but the art is very cool. Herbology Instructor is pretty good. Probably a good enough reason to go into green to start things off. Yeah, probably. I think that's probably better than any of the commons in the pack. The battle is alright. I don't love this battle, but it's alright. It's not one of my favorite battles, and I don't know how to evaluate it. We could stay open and take Halo Hopper, but I think that the Herbology Instructor is fairly solid. We got Big Beefy McBeefums. Looks like a card that's just begging to have Convoke.
And doesn't.
And does not, but it does have Hexproof, which is real good. 3 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. If it would die, exile it. It's a decent trick. It's cheap.
The Weird, I know a lot of people have been liking.
The Captive Weird, another transform card. So 1/3 defender on the front side and just simply transforms. When it transforms, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card. Very simple. Another Halo Hopper. We could take Jungle Hollow if we think we're going to be black. Probably just want the Gasp, though. Grasp. Probably a little bit better than anything else in the pack that we could.
I kind of like that.
The Bladed Burgeoning.
Mm-hmm.
It is fixing and a Phyrexian. Better than Jungle Hollow?
Yeah, because we don't know if we're going in black. That's just a guess.
Okay. Better than the Crusher. You think it's too expensive?
That's too expensive.
Okay, I think that's the direction we're going to end up going. Rona I do like.
I've heard not great things.
No?
Not from
Or
what I've
yes?
seen. Yes, not great.
Not great. Yes, not great. Converter Beast.
Incubate 5.
So it's a 4-mana 0/1 that incubates 5. So it can definitely do a lot, but it is not the best. I do like this transform card quite a bit. It's cheap, and it transforms and is pretty aggressive. So I do like that. Permanents you control again hexproof. Oh yeah, this is okay. Drag Recycler I like. I think it'd be better if we were playing Squee, but I don't necessarily want to go in that direction. This card's fine. It's good enough stats. It's going to trade. Likely down, but it'll trade. But I'm just going to take the Dune Shaper. I think it's the best card in the pack. 1/3 haste, another target creature gains haste. It's okay. It blocks. I do like the art. It's very cool.
It is cool.
It's a good pose. It's just like a very action-y kind of card. Ooh, it's a good one.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, this is a good card. Invasion, 4 for 4. Return 1 target creature to its owner's hand. Power and toughness equal number of creatures you control. It's very, very dependent on another factor, which I don't like. This card's been pretty impressive from what I've seen so far. Final Flourish in this pack is solid. Skittering Surveyor is solid. I like that a lot. I think, though, because there's a green card, like, if we don't play the Dune Shaper, so be it. That's not a big deal. But I don't want to say we're invested in green by any stretch. We've seen a ton of Halo Hoppers, by the way. I think it's been all but one pack. I'm happy to play the Hermit here, I think. And if we get I doubt the Geoderm Wheels, because it feels like somebody's going to want it. But Pest is solid, green card. I don't know if there's a card in another color good enough to make me come off of this. The Furnace Gremlin is decent. If we had taken the Geoderm, I'd probably push for the Gremlin.
What's the white card do?
This is the one that makes the incubate or
I've seen it.
has the super high.
I think it's just alright.
Yeah, it's the upside is so dependent and so likely to not happen. I think Pest is fine though.
Yeah.
The rest on the bottom of your library kind of sucks in a set that really wants you to self-mill, but it's okay. I'd play a Pest or two
There's
here.
that big guy again.
Yeah. We could take it here. We're already one-bladed burgeoning deep. There's Aetherborn, which I think is just okay. Etched Familiar is solid, but not like phenomenal, but solid. Got another Transformer here. 2/1 transforms for 3. When it dies, each opponent sacrifices an artifact or creature. So it's a pain in the butt, but can be played around is the thing. I guess we just take this, further cut green. The Archivist is okay. Put target card from the graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. And this set isn't the worst thing ever. Still hard to evaluate here. I do see a dual land. There's a late Final Flourish. Vat Keeper. It's pretty good. We have the Burgeoning already. I don't think we...
What about Yorgle?
No, we are not taking Yorgle. Final Flourish late. The heal slasher isn't terrible either with the first strike. And Rugged Highlands I'd be happy with as well, considering we saw a lot of... I'll try the Vat Keeper here, I think. I just haven't gotten to play with it, so I'm interested. I have gotten to play with the Gorilla. I think Tetsuko is good. I don't think there's a lot of X1s in this format that you can get. I think we're a little far away from it being good in this with the arrangement of cards we've taken, but I don't think that it's a bad card by any stretch. Probably better than it was originally in Dominaria. The Flyer's a little expensive, but not terrible. I'll probably just take the Gorilla here over the Fertilid's Favor.
That could ramp us up to the big guy.
Is it 1? A basic land and puts it on the battlefield tapped for 2 1/1 counters? Like... Doesn't seem like a great rate to me. Hanger, that's a late Hanger Scrounger. Whoops, I did not mean to click that twice. I was going to talk about the other cards in the pack. That was an accident. Did I already have it checked? Or did it? I'm not sure why I
think
did
you just
that.
clicked twice by accident.
Take the weird this late. That's pretty free. We don't know our second color, so I'm not gonna not take the best card in the pack. Expedition Lookout, I don't think. Yeah.
Its opponent has 8 or more cards.
Yeah, it's not great. I'll take the Dreg Recycler, I think. Oh no, we want this Beast. Yeah, now that we have the Vat Keeper as a potential playable, I think we do want this Beast. It's not amazing.
It's not bad though.
It's not bad. It's a
It's
little
0/1 and a 5/5 for
plus 2 mana though.
6.
Because of the transform.
So yeah, for 6.
Skittering Surveyor, hot diggity.
Play a couple colors.
Yeah, Halo Hopper's still coming around. Halo Hoppers are coming in hot. No, not for it. No.
That's familiar.
Yeah, I don't think I like Ichor Shade. I do love the art on Ichor Shade though. Man, that's good art. Oh, that's good art right there. Oh, right, Archivist. I said I'd play that. Negate,
Seems expensive.
It depends on how good this effect is. In some sets it's good, some sets it's not. I would probably take this. This card's very, very good.
I had that card in my
pre-release pool. Yep. I remember.
Not once did I convoke with it though.
Let's see, Storm this. This distribute 4 counters. Okay, at sorcery speed, I'm not in love with that. It's just easy to break up. I think our battle is decent, but not great for us.
Daxos is good too.
Daxos is solid. I don't think we're white anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're some assemblage of... I mean, we already have a blue card, but this was the nice thing about staying open, right? Is we could basically justify taking anything here. And this happens to be quite a good card. Put a flying counter on each creature that convoked it. You can just turn your whole team into flyers. It's crazy. Special. I mean, we're not blue heavy enough to probably make that happen, but I'm happy giving 2 additional creatures flying. Atris is pretty good. I'm happy to splash that. This particular battle I did have, and it is pretty good. We have a blue-green 0/5 with flying and vigilance. It gets +1/+0 for each transformed permanent we control. So that plays pretty nicely with what we have. The Xerax Strobe Knight is also really good. You have to do it on a turn you cast 2 or more spells. So with the right curve, this card can be extremely oppressive. A lot of green in this. 7/5 Menace off of the back of a 5 is pretty good. But I think we just take Atris here and likely drop the red card I accidentally took. And we probably just end up on some...
How's that card?
I think it's good once you have 5 or 6 Knights.
Okay.
'Cause once you have Knights, that card gets so good. But until you have Knights, that card does essentially nothing.
Makes sense. Oh,
Yep.
I love that 2/2 Knight.
We got Emoti, which was a card that was only available in a Commander product before. This is who we're going to build our new PDH deck around. So that's kind of a cool one. Let's check what this Escort does. Return target creature or battle from your graveyard to your hand. If it would die, exile it instead. Decent. Yeah, I'm not in love with that. The Hermit, though, I do like, and I think there's nothing wrong with having 2. So I think we will take it. We do need to cut down on our curve. Our curve is high. I do like the White Knight here. I think that card is quite good. This is another high drop, but can Swamp Cycle, so it could fix our mana in that regard. But I think we'll take this. This card's really impressed me as well. The Ichor, it's been quite good. Final Flourish here, likely the take. Another Geoderm. We have Valduk as our oldie but goodie coming back. We don't have a lot of auras or equipment in this deck, though this is quite playable because there's some cheap, decent equipment in this set. Phyrexian Awakening. Phyrexians you control have Vigilance, and it also incubates 4, which is cool.
Back up with that touch.
That's pretty good. I think we'd probably just want the Flourish, though,
yeah.
right? Like, it looks like we're going to... It's hard to say with our splash color, so maybe we don't want this, but leaning on green as our removal color seems to be difficult. So maybe we end up just splashing blue. It's tough. Black looks way more splashable. I'm going to pivot and take it. Nothing great here. I don't think we want a second Burgeoning if we can help it. Corruption of Tawashi's solid. Transforms is really good. I don't know how much Transform we want to get before we take one. We have Afara's Dispersal, which is a card that I'm a fan of. And it's like fine, but not great. The Sailback has not like impressed me a ton, but I guess we'll try it again. High.
Yeah.
Brawler, probably not on that one, being a green-white card, unless we were to drop blue, and I think our blue is more powerful than this. So I don't necessarily want to go that direction. I do like this card, so I will click that for the moment.
What's the Hoarder do?
Render inert's that good. It flips into a knight that doesn't really do a whole lot. Unseal the Necropolis, maybe we want that because we have a couple pretty good cards we wouldn't mind getting back. Although I do kind of want to push for this.
I kind of like that.
I like both. Maybe we want this because we're such a creature-heavy deck. Realm Breaker is a lot of text for not a lot of value. I do like this Berserker quite a bit. Another blue-green card. Blue-black land. Green card that can help us double pip. I don't have any battles yet to really take advantage of it. Here's one of the 3 ones I was talking about in the format you can play with Tetsuko. The fact that this is both colors on one is makes it a little bit worse than having a main color plus an off color. Maybe I want this. I'm in on the last minute pivots. This card's really good.
Look at the card next to it real quick.
This one?
Yeah, that card I saw be crazy. Because it's giving the hexproof to something with flash.
It's like a counterspell, yeah. Also going to be available in Arena Pauper, which scares me. 3/3 reach, has indestructible as long as it's attacked a battle this turn. I don't really love that, but I do like me a cleansing. Speaking of pseudo removal. Got another one of these coming back our way. A lot of green here. That's really good for us. This is what we want for sure. Cool art, cool card. Big Malter on the back of that one. Love it. Nothing great here for us. I'm going to take this.
It's high.
It's high. This also swamp cycles.
Okay.
And it's got backup too. This can keep us alive, so I'm just going to put it in the board for now. Take another Bladed Burgeoning. Maybe I play it, maybe I don't. Take the cards I don't have yet. Don't like this card very much. Convoke, draw X cards. Another Captive Weird. We got Invasion of Eldraine as our battle. Opponent discards 2 cards and then flips to a 2/2 that deals damage. Teameret is quite good. The Graveyard an important zone in this format, but we're kind of on black as our splash color, so unfortunately I don't think we can responsibly take Teameret. Dispersal is fine. We don't have one yet. Is that right?
Right.
So that's a fine take here. Shapecraft is decent. Make a tiny creature big. I don't think we need another high-end card, so I'll take a card that can keep us alive over that. Because we have some biggies. We don't have to play the Copper Host Crusher either. Like, that's big. We don't have to play the Archivist. So, none of this is written in stone any stretch. Okay.
I played that card.
This feels like it could be a win, but it also feels like it could be really bad. Nothing here really good for us, unfortunately. Not even the dual land really helps us. Not a great one. It's okay. Not as good as the black card we have that does that. Whew. Rough pack. I guess we're going to take this Slumber.
I think I like the Slumber.
Could take the Bladed Battle Fan, but again, I'd like to try to keep black to a minimum if possible. It may not be possible, and we just have to roll with a bad mana base. I'm going to grab this for the second and take a look at some other stuff. Now it's Poop Soup. Yeah. This card's fine. 3/3 for 4 that scries 3. But again, our curve is not great, so I'd rather take something like if we were in an Ichor Drinker, who I referred to before, is pretty good. You like the cheap ninja?
Mm-hmm. I like the
Should we just take the Jungle Hollow though as the fixing? Is that more responsible than the cheap drop? All right, we'll take the cheap drop. I can see an argument for both. We have playables for sure, but we can drop.
I do think there's some stuff we can.
Like, it's not too bad, right? Like, this isn't a horrendous curve or anything. Like, it tops off at 1/5 drop, which just doesn't get started till late is kind of the big issue with it. It's a lot of 3s. so we're going to be not double spelling in the middle of the game very effectively. Like, those are the things that worry me. We go, oh my god.
Tree, is that what you companioned?
It is what I companioned. All we'd have to do is not play a not Vine Hermit and a Blighted Burgeoning.
You're like, I'm doing it.
This card is really good. We have 3 instants and 1 sorcery, so it's not at its strongest, but it's a creature as we need it. So maybe I'm valuing it a little too high in this particular build, but it's also like an 8th card in our hand, kind of. So I'm taking that. We got here nothing great. The tracker looks like a good enough 2-drop, probably. Untap a land, helps accelerate. We don't have any battles, unfortunately. We haven't seen any battles that we've deemed really playable. Another Vat Keeper, though. It's pretty good. Skittering Surveyor, another Agent. I like all this. Maybe we need the Agent just because it's a 2-drop, huh?
You say another? Because you won't be able to companion Lutri.
Oh, thank you. We'll take the cheap 1-drop that makes them discard then, I think. Yeah, because we don't want a second one of any of these then. You make an alarmingly good point. So we'll spread out. For those reasons, I guess we just take a Render Inert over the Scob. I don't think we play it, though. That's pretty good. I don't know how many Phyrexians we truly have.
It's not really accurate because it...
Right, it doesn't include Transform.
Yeah.
Take it anyway. Don't think we want to splash a 4th color. Ow. This is pretty free. We'll see if we want to play it, but it's pretty free. It's a trick here. Black looks to be pretty open. Man, our colors are wonky. We need double blue for Lutri, double blue for the Zephyr Singer. Jungle Hollow.
You came back.
Did. Got lucky there. 1 piece of fixing at least. We do have Skittering Surveyor and the Vat, or whatever it's called. Blighted Burgeoning.
Mm-hmm.
That has nothing to do with being a Vat at all. So I think we have enough fixing. I don't know if we have enough fixing to support this mess, but right now 27 playables. If we don't play this... Just looking to see where I can cut down on black. Because that's kind of the color I'd like to, quote-unquote, be splashing. Blue, Blossoming Sands. Put that on the board just in case. Keep taking cards I don't have yet, which is all of them. Gotta build up that collection. Can't play it if we want to companion Lutri, but there may be a decision that we do not want to, in fact, companion Lutri. I am in the camp of, I think companions, if you don't have to stretch for a companion, which in this case we really didn't have to do too much to play, I don't think you should be playing like Urian or Garuda necessarily. Like, I feel like if you have to jump through a lot of hoops and it alienates a lot of your card pool, you probably don't want to be playing it. But Lutri is so close to free.
Flash, when it enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery you control. Okay. Which you don't have a lot of.
No, but even as a 3/2 flash, this was doing some good work. Like, pretend it's a removal spell.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was using it as in the pre-release, and it was doing some pretty good work for me. So, like, maybe we don't want the Informant, although I feel like we don't want to cut 2s. I feel like we want to be cutting 3s or 4s.
That looks like a 3. Although 3 is better than all those 4s. Can't get rid of that.
No, that convokes too, so it's kind of a fake 4-drop. This one, what do you think about this? Okay. You can read it out loud. It helps
At
everybody
the
who's
beginning
watching.
of each opponent's upkeep, if that player has 2 or fewer cards in hand, it deals.
I think it's medium.
I think it's
like
medium.
not worth the.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't think
that
it's worth the
it.
slot?
Mm-mm.
It's better than something like a Converter Beast. I guess this does have some synergy with the rest of the deck.
Yeah, I just think it's
Okay. I mean, I'm fine with it only because I would like to see the battles more closely, but also I want to make sure that, like, I want to get to test them, but I also want to make sure that we have a functional
What's the
deck, right?
Cryptomancer? Oh, is that the card
That's
I
the
liked?
card
Okay.
you pushed for.
Didn't know the name.
We got rogues and ninjas represented.
Perfect.
Flitting Gorilla, I'm on the fence
Can
about.
you read it?
See if maybe there's a cheaper creature we can replace it with. It's all right. It's a 2/2 flyer for 3, so it's like a Windrake, and Windrakes have become not as good as they used to be back in the day. But I'm wondering if is there a 2-drop we're neglecting playing? Doesn't really look like it. Just this disturbing
very good.
conversion. It's okay. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It helps mill us, which isn't bad.
We don't really need a mill, though.
Just to find our cards. We don't have a ton of interaction. Like, I'm not saying we're actively milling, but it's not bad, right? Like, we can get some stuff back.
The Etched Familiar, do you have one?
What is Etched Familiar?
You know what Etched Familiar is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Filigree Familiar. The Phyrexian one. I think it's okay. I don't think it's that good. I cut it.
Okay.
We have 2. I just don't think it's that good. If we were heavier black, I would play it. Like, if we wanted to get rid... Like, if we wanted to cut the Zephyr Singer, maybe cut the Cryptomancer and replace these cards with black cards.
Blue stronger.
I think our blue is stronger, and I think that the blue... Without the blue, we can't cast Lutri. So if we were going to cast blue... If we wanted to replace black with blue, I think we have to do some pretty extensive changes. But that would let us bring in double Vat Keeper. We could in the conversation could be the Sculpted Perfection.
So let's try it this way.
You think this way's the preferred way to give it a go? 6 blue sources, is that too aggressive?
Check your percentages. No.
Green is easily the most heavy. And we only have 6 greens. It's
Maybe
6. They have
down
6 of
one.
everything, so I'm not in love with
And
that.
up one.
I want to
So
be
you
able
have 7 sources green.
7 green,
You don't have any double green pips. You have 2 double blue.
2 double blue. 1 comes down off of Convoke, though. So really, if you think about it, it's just Lutri coming down on double blue.
I think that's too much black.
Well, we want to get down on as early
That's
as turn
true.
2, right? These are good drops to have down on time. That's kind of the problem. That's why I'm talking about the tension of the colors in the construction of the deck, because we could drop the blue, the heavy amount of blue, and that would give us double Not Vold Hermit. It would give us double Vat Keeper. Do you want to look at it without
Sure.
the blue? I'm not.
That. I think that double blue is so good though.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to kind of see what the texture of the deck looks like. Are we thinking that it looks better potentially this way? We could bring in Sands plus the Perfection if we want to. Does it give us another 2? We could play the Blade Fan on 2. It's not a creature, unfortunately. Let's just see if we could put that in. That's 16, 17, 18, so we'd want to drop a blue source most likely. So this is what it would look like if we made that change. So our 2s are still a little soft. Our 3s are definitely our biggest spot, but we have some heavier stuff. And we could drop this to play the big drop.
I was just about to say drop that for the big guy. I guess so. What does this blue-black guy do, though? Is the other thing better? The blue-blue that gives flying convoke?
Which Atris? Mm-hmm. Read it out loud.
When Atris, Oracle of Half-Truths, enters the battlefield, target opponent looks at the top 3 cards of your library and separates them face-down pile, face-up pile. put one into your hand and the other in your graveyard.
What do you think about 3/2 Menace Muldrifter? For 1 less mana.
Depends on what's in the pile.
Muldrifter's only as good as the card it draws, but you still love Muldrifter, right?
Yeah.
That's how I think about it. It's cheaper Muldrifter. There's always going to be a pile of 2. We can always take the pile of 2. That's not true. They could make a pile of 3 and a pile of 0. That is legal. So it's either Muldrifter or Muldrifter Plus. That's how I look at it. I'd rather have the card advantage in a deck like this where we're trying to make sure we get to our lands to make our more impressive drops. What do you think the configuration?
I do think it looks better like this.
You think it looks better?
Yeah.
You just think because the mana
It's
is a
just
little
that
bit more
one
solid?
card I want to play is all. Yeah, but yes.
The Zephyr Singer.
Yeah.
So if we were to play the Zephyr Singer, we could potentially drop the Gorilla. It's just like...
Or this guy. He's not...
Who?
Sailback.
I think it's good enough though, right? Gains haste, 3/4 haste, or destroys an incubator, right?
True.
Like I'd take, like, it's not fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I don't think this card's an A+ or anything, but I think it's like probably a little bit more solid than the flying creature we may not be able to cast a good deal of the time. That's
true,
because
we can't really convoke it because there's only one blue creature.
Right. We had no blue fixing, right? Did we take the blue-black fixing? I don't think we did, right? Mm-mm. Right. Correct. Yeah, because don't get me wrong, I would love to be playing, but I like the concept of the double Hermit. I like the concept of the double Vat Keeper. I think that's pretty good. Let me pull up the deck one more time. So the last thing I want to look at, for all of you out there who are like, hurry up, I want to see the games. Appreciate you hanging in with us. I want to see how many things have Incubate. So let's start up here. Zero so far. 2. 3. 4. 4. So not a ton. Things that also additionally transform, 5. 6. 7, 8. So 8 total transform cards makes the Mutagen Connoisseur pretty gnarly. Like most of the time, that's probably gonna be at least a 2 or 3, 5. Flying Vigilance, no less. Like what a payoff there.
Yeah, I do like that.
So I think that that's pretty good. I think that the Vat Keepers are like fine. I don't think we want to play that white card because that's a big splash for not a lot of effect considering. Mm-hmm. I mean, so they had the ones that transform plus the addition of 4 Phyrexians. So we're looking at 8 total Phyrexians in the deck. I don't think that's enough of a concentration to do that. Though this is somehow a Bear Rhino Phyrexian. We're not going to talk about that. But yeah, that'll do it. We'll try this version, and if we go 2 losses, we'll switch it around and make the cooler, more high risk, high reward version out of it. So give it a go. Big thanks again.
I haven't seen much green.
To hang out with us, everybody. Appreciate you.
Have you?
Have I seen much green?
Like being played?
Not as prevalently as the other colors. Definitely the 2 popular colors are blue and white right now. Black is probably the 3rd most common I've seen. We go first, and we have Informant on 2, and then we have some interaction, and so it's a little clunky, but nowhere near a mulligan, right? We have we have most of our mana base here. The only card we can't cast is Cleansing, and that's not going to be important until much later. So, we shall see. Our opponent's dropping dimes, which is just rude. Okay. Let's just hit him with the smelting stick here. Discard a card, please. I don't necessarily love playing this early, but I do want some board presence here. This isn't much board presence, but a Ravenous Rat's a Ravenous Rat. If you're not familiar with Ravenous Rats, the first card that did this. That's Hold.
They get rid of?
Double Strike.
Nice.
It's a real spell. It means they're late on land to me.
Or leaves me to believe they can get it back.
That's also, black is certainly capable of doing that. So we're going to lose a creature. And not adequately protect this battle. So we need a blue source or any land. That's not a terrible spot to be in. Okay, 2/2 transforms into a 3/3. Whenever it attacks, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of it. Put a 1/1 counter on that token for each 1/1 counter on it. Sacrifice that token at the beginning, the next end step. Okay, we're going to hit our land drop most likely. We got this very overgrown pest.
Ooh. Oh, there's land.
Okay.
But not a blue land.
Not a blue land, but I will take any land I can get. Most assuredly. Gives us the Not Vold Hermit, which is a nice upgrade. Gives us the cleansing if we do get blue source, so we can plop their potentially Wow, they're really going hard at trying to get this battle to flip, huh? So it seems like there are two schools of thought on battle I've seen so far from the folks who tend to do limited a lot. It's that you want to be, one school of thought is all in on battles all the time, get at it, or what?
I didn't know what this did. Okay, never mind.
Or it is battles no thank you unless they're a very good one. So there's two kind of schools of thought here, is that people are underrating them and that people are overrating them. I do not yet have an opinion. If you do, drop it in the comments below. If you're here on Twitch with us, appreciate you. Feel free to chat about it. Let me know what you think about battles so far. 4/3 Menace. Whenever it attacks, double its power. Okay, opponent definitely applying pressure. We just play our sailback. Transform this guy. We don't have to do that yet, though. So if we block the Slasher, it takes out both of our creatures. If we block the Guardian, they transform and make a token. So I think our priority right now is the Sunblessed Guardian if it transforms. Best draw in the deck is probably just basic Island. Worst draw in the deck is a blue spell. 3 color problems. So it looks like they're aiming to transform potentially. Nope. Back to their hand. Looks like you're trying to parse out a turn here. Another battle. So they're going to double to 12. I'm fine with the Guardian coming in because we just trade for the sailback. Looks like they have a trick here. Coming in hot. That's okay. They're running low on resources that they're going to gain 2 here with this particular battle flipping. Skittering Surveyor gets us an island. I think Atris. We're going to need cards to win this fight. So we shall see what they give us. Is it 2 lands or 1 land? I'm going to pick 1 land.
Darn.
It's okay. We knew that was coming because we were looking for land for so long. And it's 3 land out of the deck. Yeah. So likely again, Sunblessed Guardian transforming. I still think that that's our priority. The War Train Slasher's rough, but now we have Atris and the Surveyor that can trade with it, and I'm okay with that. Obviously, another trick changes things, but we can only do with what we can do. So we shall see what they elect to do. Looks like they're... Whenever this creature and at least one other creature attack, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So the creatures do get... The tokens do get bigger. Is frustrating, but you know, they got the battle here. It's an uncommon battle, so it's not like amazing, but oh, attacks a battle. Missed words on that one. It is still Menace though. So I think Atris wants to block here. Probably just block here. I think that's blockers. Nothing we can do about that. So they have another menace creature. Not too bad, though. We can temporal cleansing the token. Yeesh. Opponent's still piling it on. Oh, I was going to say. And another follow-up? Wow. I mean, I do get to transform, but we just have to try to figure out an answer to that. We can play this and convoke this, but it is a cost because we're tapping. So this isn't bad. Trying to think of how we want to play this. We can remove the token.
Get rid of the token.
Then we have Menace, Death Touch, and the 2/2 that can transform and make 2 creatures to deal with. Right now we have an 0/5.
What did this do when it came in?
Made a sack a creature and lose a life. I know. It's a hard decision either way. Feels like this is the correct choice. Just a solid removal spell for us from this point. I don't know if there's a better line here. It's possible. Like, our blocks right now are pretty anemic, but we have the life to give. I'm not super. That is a resource we have a lot of room to leverage at 23. So I think that's probably we're just gonna have to do this turn. We're just gonna have to take our lumps. Maybe. I think the Mindslinger's just getting in there. It's the one that bothers me just because it's gonna draw them a card, and I feel like we have a potential to get ahead on resources.
Looks like they have removal.
Opponent usually does. If they don't, we're in okay shape. They might just try to suss out attacks, but never a comfortable feeling when they're hovering over cards. Not sure what that does.
You have to sack a creature.
That's interesting.
And it made the 2 creatures when it flipped?
No, this is the one that made the creature that they just blinked. So they get to draw a card still, but we don't take any damage, and they went down a permanent on board? That's interesting. Okay. We have some good creatures to get back, so this feels pretty nice. Let me see this real quick. When this creature transforms, where X is its power. So we could kill this. Yeah, I think that's probably what we want to do. I don't think leaving the mana up does anything for us, right?
6, 7, you have 6, 8. No, because you can't play regardless.
And this also has now the ability for the connoisseur to be something. So, opponent's probably going to come in pretty hard at the invasion. I think we just trade Malady Invoker for the agent if they allow it. They can only transform 1, and that's going to eat up the bulk of their mana. So they either need to decide to transform or play out of their hand here. I don't think this changes our intention here at all.
That's a good card.
So it's our turn. Another creature. I think we just want a Necropolis, though. The 5/4?
Yeah. You can tap and deal 2 damage to any target.
We probably want this Instructor back. And probably Atris to continue to draw us cards.
Get their last card out of their hand with the Informant.
It's risky.
I know. Plus, it's a 1/1.
But it's true. But if their card is decent, it's...
Or it could be land.
Or it could be land. I think we definitely want to...
You'd be able to play it this turn is what I was thinking. I don't know how much you got.
Enough to play Atris.
Okay, good.
Okay, we're not too low on cards. I don't see us milling out. Yeah, I would. That's what the hell is this card? I don't know if we have a better card in our deck than this outside of maybe one or two. I guess we take the 2 cards. Vat Keeper. Interesting that they valued it that highly. Question is, what do we do with the 5/4 when it attacks? Probably just throw Atris in front of it is my guess. Because they're coming at the battle, no question. They do not like the instructor. I think that much is evident here. Okay.
Trample Prowess.
And that's the one
And
that
the
flips over
prowess
into
I had
prowess.
that
Prowess. Yep. Okay. A lot of dangerous stuff they have over there on the transform front. They can transform this right now. The word 2 is nice. Okay.
Trample. No attacks. I guess because you could have double blocked. I feel like they had removal for that crusher. That's why they gave it to you.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we go 6, we have enough for the flitting gorilla. So I think we probably transform and get the flitting gorilla. Also, we have enough. Or we dedicate the turn to kill that. Or we kill the guardian.
Prowess is scary. I mean, they only have 1 card in their hand, but...
Yeah, but we only have to go a turn dealing with that. I think this is probably for the best. Right, leaves me 4 mana. Let me just hit the 2/2.
Lose it 4, you only need 3. You could have not paid the Phyrexian.
Oh. Yeah, I thought this cost 4 in my head. Once again, you're late.
I didn't know until it was too
I
late.
talked the whole line out.
Well, I didn't know how much mana was going to be left.
I hovered over it like 3 times. I don't want to hear your excuses. Don't even chime in. Don't even. Don't you dare. Okay, you're going to flip their battle that way. That's okay, because it's now just a 2/1 menace. Like, it's not like
Did
this.
it do anything else? Put a 1/1 counter on it if permanent goes to the graveyard.
That we control, I think? No, just a permanent. So let's see what they can do here. They might attack again with the Javelineer. I'm not sure if they go down that road. The Connoisseur has been actually, like, surprisingly quietly quite good. Like, you can see here the value that they... So they get the double prowess here. Which I don't think is a big deal.
Just take it, right? 5.
Yeah, I don't see the problem with that. Okay. Okay, that's a good one. We play the biggin. This is an instant, so I'd probably just hold it. If we use it now on the Javelineer, we can attack with the flyer and start pressuring the opponent. We do have to win the game, right? Like, we can't just not. And Aerial Boost doesn't play around this. It's got to be the white hexproof trick. This is 2 damage. Could attack with Menace if we really want to get aggro. Yeah, I'm fine with that. No, because then we get attacked back with Menace.
You have 2 creatures up, though.
But are we okay with trading the Malady Invoker? I guess so. It's a pretty big clock, and next turn we bring in Lethal with the Copper Host Crusher. Immediately ends turn. So that leads me to believe they have a trick for the Crusher, so we probably should just swing the flyer here. Could get aggressive conversely and swing everything if their intent is to, like, double block plus trick on the Crusher. They take the maximum amount of damage for that line.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we go for it. There's a lot. It's one of the more aggressive lines, but okay. I was going to say, forcing them to have the answer now, I think is right. Because, like, imagine they double block there, and then they use their trick. So then likely we're just trading off. So if their trick is a +2/+2 and they target this, that goes up to a 7/7. So we still get to take this out. This survives. And then they're taking 8 all the meanwhile. Or the only good blocks they have, right? This has Trample. This has Menace. So it's like, all right, or maybe you trade one of these off and use a trick on this or something. Like, but what does that do? It's not blocking anything. So it doesn't seem like they have good crack back there. So I think winning the game is the most important thing in that position, as opposed to just staying back, being a little bit more defensive, and giving the opponent time to draw that card. It's tough when opponent's holding 2 cards, but sandbagging lands is a thing they definitely could be doing. They only had 6 mana out versus our 8 or 9, I think. We had quite a bit. They had quite not a bit. Azor's Angel. I'm only familiar with the Elocutors.
No blue again.
But that's not surprising. Yeah. I think we're on 5 total blue sources. Hermit on 4, Agent on 2, opponents on the play. Gives us an extra card to find some blue if we want it. Okay. Ooh, I hear that's pretty good. Skittering Surveyor. Okay, that's good. Opponent's just playing our deck. Now they have a good blocker for Agent, so we probably will not attack because we don't want to trade for just a Skittering Surveyor. I'm sorry? I guess. I wasn't going to do anything with it, so I might as well trade.
Or you can find some more black.
That's very popular. Nothing? Okay, I'll play a thing. I mean, you're not going to counter with those colors. I mean, if you want to just knock it off the battlefield, that's okay. Okay with this. They have no way to pressure that battle.
What to do when it flips? That seems like it could be good.
Mm-hmm. A little pricey.
Yay. Blue. Hopefully. Forgot I was just top 5.
It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, been pretty good. They're really going to do that?
Just bounce it.
I think we kind of have to.
I'll give you another land, right? Or does it not have the effect again?
That enters the battlefield. It's re-entering the battlefield. Putting a few good cards on the bottom here, but making sure we keep our blue flowing. Making sure we're hitting land drops, too, for our 8-drop.
Just think a swamp.
Yeah, I think so. We give them a little bit of information there, but that's okay. The manner of the way the way the cards have come out is really strange. Do we give them more information for the tap land? I think the answer is probably yes. This is a 7th, so making sure I mean, I guess we could have just not played it for a while. I think we just hold. Although I could... No, I don't want to bounce that card. I don't want to bounce their informant. It doesn't truly matter. At the end of the day, it's just costing us a swamp, but I prefer not to. Sure.
What's it want you to... I guess your own creature?
I'm allowed to bounce any creature.
What'd they get there? Oh, because they brought it...
They brought back the whatever it's called. Intercessor.
And they're letting you know everything they have.
Perfect information. Okay, you got it.
I can play that and take it, right?
Hexproof.
Oh, okay.
Exile target.
Okay.
I mean, Death Touch is real. And unfortunately, double Death Touch creature is not great for us. And this natively has Death Touch. So the battle definitely will get hit for at least 2. Wow.
4.
That is kind of surprising. When a creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on that creature, and each other creature you control. There's a creature type with it. Elf Warrior, Human Rogue, Phyrexian Samurai. So I guess I just let them have the equipment here. Thinking about attacks. Like, we send in 9, there's just no way they're blocking. Then they crack back, we dispersal one, block the other. Right?
I guess it wouldn't matter.
What?
I was just curious if he should have given it to itself, just because the Death Touch didn't matter in that situation for him.
But
it didn't.
But this
But
doesn't.
this will trade no matter.
Yeah,
what,
that doesn't
so.
matter either. This is what I want to happen. Could bounce that creature and fizzle the Cosmic Hunger. I guess that's what I have to do. They kind of put me in that position. Sure.
I get your creature back. And get another land. Possibly.
I lose my creatures though.
Or the not.
No, I'll
permit.
take the Instructor here.
It seemed like a weird trade for them.
Guess I just have to offer that trade. If they draw nothing here, like, I just don't want them drawing cards and getting back into the game.
Mm-hmm.
So if they draw Stone Cold nothing here, we get an attack. Yep, see? Guess I should have played Rat there. Whoa.
Oof.
Alright, so we gotta read that. Trample, 12/12. Create a tapped and attacking XX dinosaur with trample, or X is the greatest power among other attacking creatures. So they make a 0/0, or they make an X, where they make X/1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is the number. So right now it's just a 12/12 attacker. So I think the answer is attack with both of these. But had I played the rat, we would have won.
That sucks.
Gain 5 life. Okay, so that's good news for us. Can't block. They have 1 blocker for our 2/2 on the ground. They take 3 at the
You get a
moment.
backup creature, you win.
No, that's not
Oh, they
true.
have an incubator.
Yeah, that's untrue.
I didn't see the incubator.
Yeah, it definitely was a punt if we lose this one. When we lose this one. We lose this one. Yep, punted it. We increment the punt counter. Damn. That was dumb.
I think I would have done the same thing, though, waiting for the card in hand.
It was greedy. I just shouldn't have. Oh, that's a frustrating one to lose because it's my own stupid fault. Ugh, should be 2 wins. That's frustrating. Oh well. We know to that's my fault. Is I just was like, oh well, if they have a trick or something, we can get it out of their hand. And again, not thinking if they just draw a creature, which is far more likely, we have lethal. Mm-hmm. That was really stupid, narrow thinking. Oof. Can't find a forest, and our hand is clunky, so we mulligan this one. Surveyor's nice here. We just got to figure out what we put back. Hands are quite good. Probably just Gorilla, because we have the 3rd turn covered into the 4th turn, so Gorilla definitely one of the weakest cards in the deck. We also can't cast it, so the 3-drop we can cast is more important than that. Alright, perfect mana. Enters the battlefield with 2 1/1 counters. Whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on another permanent, if it's the first time 1/1 counters have been put on that permanent this turn, whew, put a 1/1 counter on this. Got it. Do we want to pest? I think we're going to pest because it's a better blocker. And we don't necessarily need the land, but that's what we're taking. But I'd rather... Okay, so we're not going to have a block here because they're just going to make that a 3/3. Oh, yep, they are. They have a pair of 3/3s. Just thinking about I think we just kind of have to play this and hope that the Hermit doesn't get killed. Okay. That's just the hope. Okay. And it does not.
That's a pretty strong card.
Which one?
The Brawler.
If you have the right... I mean, look at the way the opponent played it, though. They either built their... Like, that was either an early take and they built around it. Mm-hmm. Or they just drew really well. One of the two. I think so. I don't think we're in danger, especially with an 0-5 back or just 17 life. I think we're in okay shape here. I'm surprised, a little surprised they didn't chump with the Converter Beast. Not terribly. They could have the Blink, but it was a little surprising they didn't block with the Converter Beast there. Okay.
7/5 menace.
7/5, big numbers. Dangerous, eh? Good card. Yeah, opponent definitely built around
the counters.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you say no?
Oh, I want to thin the deck more.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Guess there's no reason not to.
Right. I'm not in danger of milling out here.
Proof point.
Sending a message. Get in there. I know what vigilance does. I know what flying does. We've definitely been playing against opponents. Like, I feel like our deck was pretty creature heavy, and we've been outspewed a couple of times now. I was gonna say there's some sketchy attacks coming in from the opponent here. That thing's been infinitely castable. Hey, you gotta be consistent, you know? 4 life. Okay, that doesn't do it. It will next turn. Unseal the Necropolis. I mean, that's definitely what we have to play. That costs 5 mana. We have 5 mana.
Possibly 6 because you didn't play a land.
I mean, I want this because it's 2 creatures for sure. I don't think we live long enough for this to come down.
You might as well play out your land because they know you have it.
So that'll be 5 creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 required blockers. So we're dead no matter what, is that right? I'll let him go through the motions. 4 is not lethal, so they may not see that they have it on board.
What's the herd beast do when it flips?
7/5 minutes.
Okay. Another one of them.
Hey, they were in the right
Where'd
seat.
they get it back?
Taggers is fine. Wow. Little gift here from the Oppo. Can we win? Sketchy cards we playing and best of 1 paying off. Really? I have to be able to transform it.
There you go. We have enough to do it?
Yeah.
Just enough, but not to hold that up, right?
What do you mean? It's just 2.
I didn't know if you were going to do that. Double the...
Oh, no. No. No, too greedy for that. Getting in creatures, though, is going to be tricky here. So it's pretty stalled board at this point. It's interesting they haven't been interested in flipping that herd beast. It feels like they should have won this game already to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't know we have...
Extra cautious.
Okay. What? Rough time for land deck. Rough times.
Well, you can do that.
Oh, I mean, I have to, right? I mean, I just need a bigger creature on board. Do I swing the 8/8? It's tough, right? Because if I swing the 8/8 and they just single block it with the 8/6, I can put a creature back into their hand. And remember, it's got trample. So we could kill them. Like, or do I swing all? And, like, make the Skittering Surveyor a 5/5? And then try to get through the damage off the trample trick? I think that's what I have to do. Could give this, actually, the base pump, right? Yeah, let's do it. I'm in for it. You make them all real creatures here. Okay, 4/2. You got it. I think the main thing we try to do is kill them with the 8/8 Trampler. So the hope is that they just spread their blockers out. And that they don't think that we have a bounce spell. So the hope is just like 8/6 goes on to 8/8. They're trying to value block.
It'll work.
Yes. Yeah, I couldn't quite get him.
No, I think that was the best line, though.
Got him to 1. Got him to 1. Appreciate opponent quickly attacking. Maybe if I had... No, because I think I was too all in to not do that. But yeah, they got lucky. They had the flash creature in their hand. Like, they played that so conservatively.
Mm-hmm.
With the flash... Like, holding the flash creature back that long. Very interesting.
I would be right back.
I don't think that was the right choice, but... It paid off. Should be 2-1. That's all I'm saying. Big thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Appreciate you watching on YouTube. Thank you so much. Hope that you're enjoying the set. It's a cool set. It's a big set. So it's like the games are so vastly different and the power level is so all over the place, right? Like it's just a wild set for sure. Our greedy mana base is definitely kicking our butt. We can keep this and put back a land. Probably just a swamp at this juncture because we have the burgeoning on 3, which guarantees us the hermit on 4. Yeah. Yeah, just swamp I think is fine. Instructor on 2, burgeoning on 3, hermit on 4, transform down the line. I think feels pretty good. It's not a bad recovery from a mulligan. So I will not complain. See what we got from opponent here. Another instructor of their own. Here the card's pretty good. So it's burgeoning, targeting a forest.
Oh, it's the first time we've seen that.
No reason to attack here. It's pretty useless. Yeah, it'll be nice with the Vat Keepers. We can do some damage late game. Because next turn I think we're just more interested in Hermit anyway. So hopefully we can get some stuff going. We'll see what opponent does here. Just a little overgrown pest action. Again, we're against an opponent who looks like they have our deck. Forest for them. Okay. So I think we'll just Hermit here. We could Surveyor. Maybe we Surveyor into Agent. That probably is a little bit better. Make sure we keep making our land drops. Let's grab an island, I think, here. We have good blocks. The Aetherblade Agent should prove to be pretty annoying. And we have the Vat Keeper as the game progresses, so... No bombs, please. Because we are lacking in removal. Okay.
We even have that card.
We do. Okay, not exactly what I'm looking for. So we could go down the route of transforming. Means we trade off probably like Pest and Tracker, which doesn't seem like the best value in my opinion. Could get down a Vat Keeper, but then it's pretty mana inefficient. Oh yeah, no, because we want to pay the 5 to transform that. So this is a pretty mana inefficient line. So I think we just play this. I don't love that we're giving them a lot of time, but I don't think there's much we can do about that. Because Instructor does cost 1 more for them to flip, and I would like to flip ours first. So, oh no, they get to do it right now because they have the untapped land. Oh, they played something instead. Are they? Oh man, really? Like, we have such a chance to punish. It's so frustrating. Like, greedy opponent does not get punished is one of my least favorite things to happen in a game. Like, we should absolutely have destroyed their Instructor. Oh, it's frustrating. Oh, it's frustrating. Come on, deck. As Dan would say if he were here. Yeah, now they're going to kill our 3/3. But that's okay because that still gives us the chance to kill their Instructor back. Ugh. The fact there was no punish there is really heartbreaking. They're just going to kill it with a 2-ball. Alright, still can punish this opponent because they don't have the 6 mana they need to transform.
Any land, right?
Any untapped land. So I think the only land in here that punishes us is Jungle Hollow. Any land but Jungle Hollow is what we need to draw. Then we can transform the Instructor, kill their Instructor, and at least have... I mean, it's not the greatest board state, but it's at least
reasonable. So how much do you need? 6? Or 5? Because they can still do it, right, with the tracker?
They need 6. It is 6 and
okay.
And a Phyrexian. If it was 5, I would have done mine already. Okay. They're going to attack us with the 6/5. That's okay. No blocks on the Trampler. Land. Not Jungle Hollow. Thank you, fucker. Oh, I have an answer here.
They have something though. Maybe it was a fight and they just... I mean, it worked.
They have the tracker minimally as a way to hold priority. Okay. Now maybe we can kind of try to fire back into this a little bit. We'll see. We don't have the gift of a ton of time with the 6/5. Okay. 7-drop. Okay, big. So they're going to back itself up, I take it? Or maybe turn the Portent Tracker into something real? No,
they should have played that pre-combat.
Yeah, that's a little awkward.
And they look like they started to. This sucks.
Yes, it do. I gotta say, the sailback has looked terrible. Like, I know it's a little small of a resource pool, but I will say that it has looked terrible in these games. We have not had we have not seen it at a time where we could have blown up an incubator, which is kind of ridiculous.
More removal?
Hey, you draw well, I guess, you know. Looks like they have another fight. Or they're just looking at how blocks would go. That's possible as well. Number of lands. Wow, that's very good. It's a rare? No, uncommon. Wow, that's really good. It's a reason to be green-black. For sure. We can trade our whole board for the 8-7. We can trade 1 for the 8-5 and go to 1. I think we just trade 1 because we can fire back on the board pretty effectively. How does this work? So we have 3, 4, 5, and that would make a 4-4. So we could have a 4-4. So like I'm thinking if I just double block this, because they take this out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really think there's much I can do. Just kind of do the double blocks here and just trade 1 for 1. It's the best value of blocks I can get. Okay, that is not a removal spell. It's important to note. So if we play this, we have single transform. If we play this, so I think the correct answer is this plus double transform. That's about all we can do. And hope that that solves the board state. And then we have sailback for the following turn. Because we're not killing them from 17. Come on, opponent. You got stops. Let's get on it. Nothing's taking damage, so single black, destroy creature, draw a card isn't on the table. Return target permanent could be. But they are taking their time. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay, land. Okay, attackers are fine. Going for it.
Remember trample.
Well, I have to just shove everything in front of it, basically. Because I have to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I do have to I have to block 8 toughness. Or 8 power with toughness there. So I'm just going to shove everything in front of it. Because there's no reason not to. They'll get optimal blocks, but at this point, optimal blocks are... There's not much I can do about that. Again, opponent not respecting stops. Okay. That's everything blocking, right? 5 blockers. This isn't the worst for us. Likely they kill the creatures that are all the way over to the left. My left, you are right. So the 3 and the 2 tokens leave us the 1-2 and the 2-2.
Left the flyer. That's interesting.
Well, the flyer would get us a creature back, so they can't kill that here. Okay. We go to 1. Now what?
Something else big, apparently, if they're untapping.
Yeah. I'm just hoping it makes an incubator. Oh, baby. Just can't get through this.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can do it again.
I know. Haste.
And it's going to destroy. Oh, it did haste. I guess it's...
I don't know. Okay, that'll do it. All right, everybody. Big thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully, you learned a little bit about the format. At least got to see some cards. We've learned Ravenous Sailback sucks unless it's used against us. We will be back next week, of course. We're here every Thursday on YouTube. We got more videos coming out. If you like movies, Tim and I do movie reviews now. Those come out a couple of times a week. Still getting the exact schedule, so keep an eye out for that. Tapes and Scowls movie reviews. It's fun. It's a podcast. You should definitely check it out if you enjoy podcasts. Otherwise, we'll be here on Twitch every Sunday for more MTG Arena, more other stuff. Until next time, don't cast Ravenous Sailback.